The conditions which framed and taught us our standards have gone with us. Our needs are now different, and our aims the conditions which framed and taught us our standards have gone with us.
Hello and welcome to the Fomo Travel Show. My name is Flight Captain Achola Rosario signing in. This time we're going to visit Kenya's premier residential golf property development or community. It's called Vipingo Ridge, and it is a place where you can come and build your home and then rent it out. And also there's also villas. There's no hotel rooms. This is purely a place where you can rent villas or build your home for rent and come and spend a holiday and play golf all day. But there's not only just golf, as we'll see when you follow us. Let's go, let's check out what all this is all about.
Sam, open.
Seeing myself standing on the edge, about to fall. Don't know if you like to see me out there beneath, while I'm struggling to breathe on my own. I won't turn my back on you, 'cause your love's the only one I know. Just one more chance is all I need. I'll lift you up and set you free. I will take you right there. I will take you right there. I will take you. Every time you're looking through my eyes, I know I'm yours. All you want is to see me down and begging on the floor. Don't stop moving 'cause I like the way you choose me just right. I never backing down, never knowing when to stop. I won't turn my back on you, 'cause your love's the only one I know. Just one more chance is all I need. I'll lift you up and set you free. I will take you.
He doesn't show me before. You're not sure. I just love it. I had another camera. I had the kind of decent one.
Don't know if I'm really gonna make it, but I try.
At 2 miles an hour, so everyone sees me.
I really feel like I do. Losing my objective slowly.
Fomo Travel Show is driving like a boss in my own personalized golf cart. Number 14.
All right then. Hello. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Yeah. Please tell me your name.
My name is Erwin. I've got a company called Living Life Design Limited. Oh, this is one of my projects, and I'm involved with Vipingo Rich sales.
Okay. So tell me about the design of this house. What were you aiming for?
Modern, like straight lines, airflow, light, coastal, and I think I achieved that.
Yeah. And a lot of I see your fixtures. The lamps and what they're Moroccan. What influence are you trying to put in there?
I think again it's like a mixture of Moroccan, modern, there's some Scandinavian feel to it. And if you sort of mix old with new, it works really well, I think.
Okay.
And we have a great interior designer who does all of this.
You are the interior designer?
No, a business partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a house like this, how many rooms is this?
This is 4 bedrooms and ensuite. Very spacious. Also, like, as you can see, we have a lot of overhangs. So, I mean, you live outside at the coast. So therefore, I think it's important to have these outside areas, really.
Yeah. And a house like this would go for how much, approximately?
Well, currently, I don't know, but it would go for $900,000 because it's got absolutely everything.
Yeah.
One wish for.
What do you have? How many? Like, I see the infinity pool. You have jacuzzis.
We've got jacuzzi, swimming pool. We've got a lovely master bedroom upstairs. A huge bar upstairs with like verandas. So. Kitchen, staff quarters, everything is there. Everything is there.
Are these houses serviced by Vipingo Ridge or is purely private?
Yeah, well, this is a private residence, but Vipingo Ridge, if a client rents the houses out, and then Vipingo Ridge handles all of that.
So, what do you hope to happen with these properties?
Well, look, eventually we hope that like Vipingo Ridge gets fully developed. We still have beautiful pieces of land, acres, footprints. We've got some stunning houses. There are great returns for rental income. So, and we have more developing going on outside, but yeah, it's just the ideal place to live.
Your branches green along the stream that runs to sea. Listen to my plea. Listen, willow, and weep for me. Gone, my lover's dream. Lovely summer dream. Gone and left me here to weep my tears into the stream. Sad as I can be, hear me, willow, and weep for me. Whisper to the wind to say that love is sin, to leave my heart aching and making this moan. Murmur to the night to hide her starry light, so none will.
Hi.
Hi,
What's your name, sir? How are you?
Salim Haji,
Yes.
Director of Golf at Vipingo Ridge.
So tell me, what's the director of golf and PGA professional?
Okay, the Director of Golf is pretty much what it sounds like. It's, you look after anything to do with golf here. So I look after the golf course in conjunction with a greenkeeper who's an agronomist, specializes in grass and fertilizers and pesticides and all that kind of thing. So my advice really is mainly on how the golf course is presented and the cutting heights and stuff like that.
Right. Okay, so take us through what you're going to do here.
Okay, we've just done a custom custom fitting session with a young girl who has a lot of potential. And going through, we're using a GC quad machine, and it's very clear that her delivered lie angle on the club needs adjusting. Yeah, so we found that looking at the data and looking at impact, it's confirmed something that we thought was wrong, and that is that the lie angle on her club needs adjusting. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but you can see that a lot of the hitting is in this part of the club face.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, so what we can do is we can adjust this club on a loft and lie machine, and we'll basically bend it from the hosel, which is this part here, and we'll change this angle. So the result of that will be she should hopefully start hitting it more out of the middle, and that'll increase her efficiency.
Okay, so let me leave you to it.
Okay, so if we go over here, this is the loft and lie machine.
How long did you take to train to become a PGA master?
Okay, it's like going to university. So I did this I started in, long ago. And I did 3 years of training, and then you have to go and sit a final exam and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I started in 1988.
Yeah, 30 years.
So yes, I've been a PGA pro for a long time.
So shall we call you officially the Shaolin Master of Golf?
No, I don't think that would be. There's plenty who know more than I do, but I've learned a lot along the way.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're doing here is we're just checking on the lie angle. So at the moment it's 61 degrees. So what we can do is we take this thing, we put it on, and I'm going to have my back to the camera.
Okay. Oh, let us. No, I don't want to get in your way.
This is normally bolted down, by the way, but this is not our final workshop. So, and then what we do is we just, we can actually just bend it like that. So I'm going to bend it, her delivered lie angle was about 4 degrees out, so we're just going to bend it about 3. And then she can try them again this afternoon.
Okay.
And if the ball starts coming out of the middle of the club face, then we know we're on the right track.
Yeah.
So I've changed that from 61 to 64 degrees.
What's the shaft made out of? What is a golf club made out of?
Okay, the shaft can be made out of steel or graphite or a composite these days, because some shafts have got Kevlar in them, some shafts even have weaves of steel. So interesting, like these shafts that she uses is a make called steel fiber, Aerotech. And if you can see that. The reason that they're called, this particular model is called steel fiber, is in this shaft there's actually 59 miles of steel cable.
Wow.
But
Steel cable they did the same thing that they used to build bridges with.
yes, but these are like way thinner than a human hair. So that's the technology that goes into building golf clubs these days.
Wow.
So we've done one club, and basically we'll just go through her whole set and do that for every single club.
Okay.
Then she can go out and try and hit them this afternoon, and if any more need adjusting, we'll just bring them in and adjust them.
So tell me about this kid quickly. Well, how did she get where she is? Where is she going? Who's she going to be?
How she got to where she is today, I don't really know, because I've only met them because they came down to Vipingo Ridge to practice. I guess because we have very good practice facilities, so they decided to do that, and I've only met them since they arrived. As soon as I saw her swinging and hitting the ball, I knew that she was a pretty gifted player. And then her father has been really struggling to find a place where all this sort of technical stuff is available. Because normally they travel overseas to get the clubs adjusted or get their swing analyzed using a launch monitor. Whereas now he knows that he can come here and have it done, which saves them a lot of money in travel costs, etc., etc. And also, although they live in Nairobi, if there's something wrong with her clubs, they can send them down, we can adjust them and send them back, or I can travel up. It's a much easier proposition to make sure her equipment keeps changing as she grows, because she's very young. So this could be like a 6-monthly review of her equipment.
Awesome. Okay, let me let you work.
Okay, so what we're doing here is at the PGA Academy is we have a custom fit and a custom build service. So the custom fit service is using, let's walk you through what would happen. Someone would book, we may spend a couple of hours, and we'll gather data starting off with their current equipment. Once we've gathered that data, we might then look at maybe adjusting some of it. So we could either adjust what they currently have, or we could look at maybe a different head or a different head shape, or we could look at a different shaft. So that would work. For example, we have 5 or 6 different manufacturers that provide us with heads. So this is a sub 70. We have Fujimoto. These are traditional Japanese forged blades, very expensive.
How much would one of that cost?
One of these, just the head,
Yeah.
about 32,000.
What?
So these are hand forged in Japan.
That's 2,000 Kenya shillings.
Yes. So this is a hand forged club in Japan with Japanese steel, which is considered the best quality steel. This would be probably about 6,000. Okay, it's similar in design and concept, but perhaps the quality of the steel might not be quite what this is. This is very much for elite players or connoisseurs.
So yeah, you can tell the difference. This one is a lot heavier.
It feels heavier.
Yeah.
It's actually very similar in weight.
Yeah.
So that is what forging by hand does. These are hand forged. These are not hand forged. These are forged in a machine.
Machine, yeah.
Where these are done by hand. They're actually shaped by hand.
You can see the beauty of it. It's like very, Okay, go on.
Okay, so we might decide, okay, we're going to use, let's say we use a head similar to this. So this is a much easier to hit head rather than that.
Why is it black? Is that graphite?
No, it's black oxide. It's just a coloring. So that's the same head, but that one's black, this one's chrome. Okay, so it's just a coloring thing. So let's say we decide this head would suit him best. So then what we could do is we would select a shaft. So let's say we select a graphite shaft to start with. Now the beauty of what this does is it's a very quick connect system. So we just put that in.
Alright, so it's just...
Yeah, you tighten it up. And then basically he hits a few shots and we can gather data.
Yeah.
Okay, so we then say, right, the ball's flying a little bit high, or the dispersion isn't very good. So we'd say, right, well, let's try something different. So we'd say, let's try the same make of shaft, but this is made of steel. The other one was graphite.
Yeah.
So we just changed the same head, put a different shaft, and he hits some shots.
Alright, question. What's the difference between a steel shaft and a graphite shaft, and which one's better?
Neither is better. The steel shafts have less torque, which means the twisting effect.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you hit this, there'll be a twisting effect. So as you hit it, the shaft will twist.
Yeah.
It's tiny amount, but it will twist. Steel generally feel a little bit more stable because they have slightly less torque.
Yeah.
However, graphite or composites these days are as consistent as steel is. The main difference also is that there is a cost difference.
And also they're light, I guess.
Not necessarily. They can make steel shafts really light these days.
Okay.
So it used to be if you want a light shaft, you have graphite. If you want a heavy shaft, you have steel.
Okay.
But, for example, we've got 2 shafts here.
And what's the standard height Because I see you
There
have
is a
different
standard.
heights.
No, these are all the same. They're built for, these are all set to the same club.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have an interesting thing here. So this is a graphite shaft,
Yeah.
and it weighs 90 grams.
Okay.
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 This is a steel shaft,
Oh,
weighs 95 grams.
it's lighter.
So,
That's really weird. Okay.
so
Because it's
in
that
golf,
perception
in
if
golf,
you're-
in golf, there's a saying: what you feel isn't necessarily real.
It's
Which is
such
why-
a frustrating game.
Which is why we use a launch monitor and take data.
Okay.
Because even really good players, like top-end players playing on tours and stuff, they often can't feel the difference between one thing and the other, unless it's a big jump.
Yeah.
Whereas what we're trying to do with launch monitor data is actually get down to the real nitty-gritty. We don't need to actually provide them with a new set. We
Yeah.
can take their old set
Yeah.
and make it a little better.
That's what I was saying earlier on, because as far as I knew that if one of your sets was faulty, that was it, you had to buy another one.
No.
or
So
another
if they
one.
really like their head, for example, there's no need to change the head. We can just change the shafts.
And how much does a service like this on average cost?
Okay, it's hard to say. Basically, if you were coming down and just to do the custom fitting and gather all the data,
Yeah.
which as I said is about a 2-hour experience,
Yeah.
we would charge around 12 to 15,000.
12 to 15,000. Fantastic. Okay, so is there anything else you'd like to add for us?
Not really. Only thing I would just maybe say is that, you know, we will have, or we currently have on the way and in stock, we have 90 different shafts for irons.
Wow.
We have 28 different shafts for woods and 21 different shafts for hybrids.
Oh, hold up.
And may I add, people, I saw in the shop pink golf balls. I want one. Okay, sorry, continue.
You know, like, so like if you wanted to keep your driver head, which a lot of people, they really, you know, they grow an attachment to their driver heads.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't necessarily have to give them another head. We can literally take this shaft out. This has a common Unifit adapter on the tip. We put a little adapter in here and they can use the same head. So we can custom test them with the same head. If they then like this shaft, we would take this adapter off or take a new one off the shelf, put a Callaway adapter or a tailor-made adapter or whatever club it is and reshaft with that.
Okay, and finally, finish the dispute for most people. Best brand for golf bags and clubs.
Best brand? Very difficult question. It depends mostly on budget. But that's not to say that there is really good stuff out there these days.
Your
It doesn't
personal
cost-
preference? Your personal preference.
My personal preference, I like Japanese broad steel. But I actually, funnily enough, hit the ball a little better with these, which are made in America. So my 32,000 club head, I actually play better with a 6,000 club head.
Alright.
Atrás de ser, más atrás de ser, cacuncido. Outro horas também se pega atrás de ser, más atrás de ser, cacuncido. Que não se te engananos, lua e de nós, lua e para nós. Yankee manguina contra Cubicilão, Games de Matil e Sam certo como na fio. Luto di ronda di marca chica cuspina mo Bunta moja na som Umaja suku Wande gata no yake chibirge Tu sapele como que asik Lua nyokomo Wande gata no yake chibirge Tu sapele como que asik Lua nyokomo Este pega atrás de céu, mal atrás de céu, cá consido. Outro horas também este pega atrás de céu, mal atrás de céu, cá consido. Cá não se te engana nós, lua e de nós, lua e para nós. Que manguina contra cubicino Cameste matir E sam certo kumai na fio Luto di ronda di marca chica cuspina mon Buta moja na som Umaja suku Wande gata no mo yake chibirge Tu sapele como yasik Lua nyokomo
F.O.M.O Travel Show signing out. We are out of here. Bye.
So welcome back. Yeah, so you saw all this is set within 2,500 acres. 2,500 acres. And as like I told you, this, let me show you the map. This is how big this place is. 2,500 acres. As you can see, like there's most of the properties have been developed, but then there's a few down here which are still available for sale, the yellow ones, and then most of the blue ones are developed. These ones also are now currently being built. So there's a lot of space that's happening right now. You can go and earmark your spot. There's not much building restrictions, but mainly in terms of height and color, but design, just, you know, be imaginative and put a piece of yourself in this place. There's horse riding, there's the beach, a private beach, secluded beach, there's the hiking trails, there's forests, there's the dam where the property ends, and also now you can continue building from there. So like basically there's so much to do. And then so as you saw there, yeah, so like the yellow was the ones which are still available, blue are the ones which are being constructed, and then the pink ones which are still currently underdeveloped and under development. And so once you've built this place, or say for example if you want to come and stay in one of the villas, a one-bedroom villa with a plunge pool is $250 for non-residents, as in for people who don't live in Kenya. But for people who live in Kenya, it is 22,000 Kenya shillings, which is also about $220. But that is for with a plunge pool in your one-bedroom villa. So you have a villa with your own private pool. But if you don't want the pool, then it goes down 5,000 more. It goes down 5,000 to 17,000 Kenya shillings per night. And this is a one-bedroom, and then also you also have the four-bedroom villas. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes up to 4, and those 4 bedrooms are 50,000. That's $500 per night, yeah, without the plunge pool. And of course, if you want to upgrade, that's another 5,000 Kenya shillings so that is 55,000 Kenya shillings. So it's actually not bad. 4 bedrooms. I think you can fit 2, 4, 6, 8 people, yeah, comfortably. So that is something I'm sure you can come up with. And because it's not really serviced per se, you come in, you do your own thing. There's a restaurant, you have your golf carts, which was absolutely excellent. Mine was number 14. I miss you already. And then yeah, so this is a place where basically you come in for your privacy, you come in for your lifestyle. You come in, you jet in. First of all, you can either drive or you can fly in directly from Safari Link, because they have Safari Link have the airstrip there at Vipingo Ridge, and also you can come in via SGR. So it's really quite convenient to get here. But the place, I cannot exaggerate how massive this place is, and the houses are beautiful. It's just a case of everybody coming to express a part of themselves in here. And at the end of the day, people like to think of this place as very exclusive and, you know, elitist. No, actually it's not. This is the kind of place where I remember I showed one of the staff was telling me a story about a guest who had saved up for a long time to come and bring his family here. It was something that was really touching. You know, somebody who has taken the initiative. He was just a gardener, and he's taking the initiative to save up his money and take his family on this wonderful golfing holiday. I think that is something, the whole point of this is about aspiration. Aspire to be greater than who you are. Aspire to be, live a better life that you're currently living. So you can build these houses here, rent them out, go and stay there on holiday. And at the end of the day, for me, Vipingo Ridge, I give you guys a full experience, a 10. Yes, I definitely give you guys a 10. The Eggs Benedict was fantastic. Tamarind pop-up lunch, oh my god. It was so delicious. Those oysters that had, they were cooked though, but they had garlic, it was with garlic, garlic butter? And a bit of cheese. It was just orgasmic. Although I do prefer my oysters raw, but they have a variety of different types, and so that was definitely also a 10 for that. Hopefully I get to sample the full tamarind dao experience soon. You never know. But anyway, so Vipingo Ridge is definitely something to sample. Go check it out. So the F.O.M.O Travel Show, my name is Flight Captain Achola Rosario signing out. And we shall see you on the next adventure. Don't forget to subscribe and take it easy. Sayonara. Bye.